important that you do service above self, and I keep on telling Rotarians that we should do that, but many times they keep on asking me, why should Rotarians do service above self? The answer is very, very simple. It's because we Rotarians feel that we can change the world. We Rotarians pledge that we can make the world a better place to live in. And that is why, because you have the means, you have the desires, you have the motto to change it. Because you can only ask people to give who can give. There's a small story is a beggar went up to a rich man early in the morning. The rich man was opening his store and the beggar said, "Sir, can I get something to eat?" The rich man, as it is in the morning, was annoyed that you have not even started my business, and he said, "Just go away." The beggar kept on persisting that, "Can I get something to eat, sir? I have not eaten food for 3 days." And again the rich man shunted the beggar, and the beggar again kept on pestering. Without looking at the beggar, the rich man went to open his shop. So the beggar from the behind said, "Sir, can you give me a fistful of the dust from your feet?" Without thinking much, the rich man picked up a fist of dust from his feet and gave it in the beggar's hand. And just started walking away. It is then that he realized what he has done. And he turned around and asked the beggar, "What are you going to do with that fistful of dust?" The beggar very meekly and nicely said, "Sir, I'm not going to do much about this, but at least it's made you give the habit of giving." Friends, it is very important that you develop this habit of giving. God forbid, and I would pray for all Rotarians that you never ever get an opportunity to raise your hand to take something from someone. That's why it's very important to give. And friends, when you give, it is very important that you sit down with that person. If you're going to give him a meal, sit down with that person and eat the meal with him. Because when you eat the meal with a person who is in need, a person who is hungry, you're not only feeding his stomach, you're feeding his soul. And not only are you feeding his soul, you're feeding your own soul too. And that is why I always say it's very, very important to give. You don't have to be a millionaire to give something. You don't have to be a millionaire to share something. You can do your way of doing. Just share your time, share your vocation, share your practices, share your life with somebody whom you can help. I don't ask you to do tall stories. I don't ask you to do tall things. I just ask you to change one life in a year. If each Rotarian pledges even to change or help one person in this entire year, can you imagine how many people can you help? You're going to help nearly about 5 million people. You'll ask me, 5 million? I said, yes, we are 1.2 million Rotarians. 4 members per Rotarian family, that works out to 5 million Rotarians. You will bring smiles on 5 million people. And that is what is very, very important. Friends, let me share a small story with you. The King Alexander the Great, the greatest conqueror of the world, conquered everything which came along its way. You know what he said when you're going to die? He said, on my epitaph, right there, the greatest conqueror of the world. Conquered everything, but when he died, he just had 2 empty hands. Friends, what you give in this world is what goes up with you. What you leave behind is never yours. So it's very, very important to share your resources, share everything which you have, because we are the vanguards of the society. Rotarians are the vanguards of the society. It is your job to change the society. If you want a progressive society, you want a society which is progressive, you want a society which is moving forward, you want a society which is equitable, you need to share your resources with people who are less fortunate. If you do not share it and you think that you do not look after the garbage outside your house, friends, you are mistaken. because the first kid who's going to be affected by the garbage outside your house is your own kid. So it's very important. It is very important to share and bring joy to your neighbors too. And I always ascertain and always say this, in quest of doing service above self, please do not forget your family. Because if you cannot keep your family happy, you cannot keep anybody ever happy. And I can guarantee you that your first duty is towards your own self and then to your family. So please keep your family very, very happy. Tell them that you love them. Spend time with them. Take them around. Be like James Bond. I always say that. Every Rotarian should be like James Bond. Whole day you work hard like James Bond does. He goes around shooting guns, goes around driving crazy cars, goes underwater, goes in the air. But at the end of the day, in the evening, he does not forget to wear the best suit and take his girlfriend out for dinner. I do not mean girlfriends, I mean take your spouses out for dinner. So have a fun time, spend time with your kids, make them feel very, very happy. Because a happy house can only give happiness to another house. So please do that and have a great time, enjoy yourself and enjoy Rotary. Rotary दिल की लगी है, कभी दिल लगा कर देखो, कभी मुस्कुरा कर देखो, कभी आंसू बहा कर देखो. परवाना जल रहा है क्यों, ये राज जानना है तो खुद को जला कर